I'm Jen from That Mama Book Nook, and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about my bookish goals for 2025. I don't have a lot of goals surrounding the books that I read. Books are like one of the few areas of my life that I actually can be a little bit more go with the flow. Even though I'm not a mood reader, like I'm still a TBR reader, I still like to control in that way, but some of the ways that I do it can be a little bit more chaotic, and there are few to no repercussions for being a little bit more bananas in my reading style, so I don't have a ton of goals, but I do have a couple, and I figured I could talk about them today in this video. Last year I read 120 books, which is amazing. I did not read even close to that in previous years, so my reading really took off last year. Last year in 2024, I set my book reading goal at 24, even though I knew that I would go past that. And this year I set it at 50. I still ideally would like to be around that 100 mark, but I definitely think that I'll surpass the 50 goal, and I feel great about that. The next goal is that I would like to finish some more reading challenges this year. I am really great at starting reading challenges and not so good at finishing them. The way I read books doesn't always fit super nicely in with reading challenges, but I do eventually complete them. I just don't tend to track it, so I'd like to just give myself a little bit of a grace there and just finish them on my own time and be able to track it and be proud of myself on my own time. I have so much fun with bookish challenges, as you can tell from my TBR videos, so why not show that off? I tend to do a little bit better with readathons, probably because there's the team aspect, and I would like to participate more in those this year. I often can be a little bit of a lurker in the readathons because I get a little bit overwhelmed with all the chatter and, again, just reading books at a different pace than everyone, but this year I'd like to continue to participate those and also dive right into the chat as well. Then this year I'd also like to continue to read more diversely. I sort of dipped my toe in last year and I absolutely loved it, and I would like to do way more diverse reading this year. I am participating in the Diverse Reading Challenge, which I will link down below, which will hopefully help me pick up more diverse books that maybe I wouldn't have normally picked up or have even heard about. And I'm also going to start keeping track of the different countries that I read from as well. Then I also would like to have some goals around the advanced reader copies that I read. I really enjoy reading advanced reader copies. I am just slightly behind in the arcs that I'm reading, just to the point that it's slightly annoying, so I think it would be very easy for me to get on top of those, prioritize them 1 month a little bit, and then be able to stay on top of those. That's pretty much it for my actual reading goals, but then I do have kind of some bookish adjacent reading goals as well, involving my physical TBR and my bookish social media. The first thing I need to do is buy an actual bookshelf. This behind me is a built-in in my kids' playroom. There is like another side and cabinets below, and all my kids' books take up all of the rest of it. So this just couple shelves is very quickly filling up, as well as the playroom. If you could see, the rest of it is a disaster and really hard to film in, so I'd love to buy an actual bookshelf for my TBR. These are also just read books, which I do need to go through and probably unhaul some of these soon. I would like to get a shelf for all my to-be-read books. My bedroom has all my to-be-read books, and they are literally just stacked in piles, and I think I counted over 150 of them, so you can imagine that actually looks fairly ridiculous. It's time for a shelf. I also really want to get on top of my reviews on my Bookstagram, and I also post them on Goodreads, and I'll be posting on Trying Out Fable this year as well. I am really far behind on my 2024 reviews, and I like my Bookstagram to be a snapshot of what I read, so I would really like to try to get caught up. There's definitely more days in the year than books that I read, so this theoretically shouldn't be a problem, but it will take a little bit of time. I'd also like to work on making more reels on Bookstagram, or maybe even shorts here on YouTube. They are not my strong suit at all. They don't tend to perform very well, even though everyone says that reels are, you know, what go viral and what get everyone like the high engagement, but that has not been the case for me. And I might find that that's okay, but I do just want to give it a go and see if I can improve my skills a little bit. I still want to stay true to myself. I'm not one that feels like I have to create certain content for the algorithm per se, but if I have content that I like and I do just want to kind of improve my skills and I want to put it out there and it happens to do well, like, then great. All the more power to it. I do also have some follower goals for my Bookstagram and BookTube accounts. I don't think I'm going to share them this year yet. I'm feeling kind of shy about it just because I am such a small account at this point, but I think as long as I am consistent with creating content, then my goals are doable. They're not anything outside the realm of imagination. Then specifically for BookTube, if you've been here, you know I am new to BookTube, but really trying to figure out my flow, rhythm, schedule of posting. I really want to get that nailed down this year. I'm really enjoying being part of the BookTube community and creating in this space, so I want to keep at it. I just really want to find something that also works with my life. And then maybe later in the year, I would really like to host my first reading sprints. I love attending the reading sprints, and I'm sure it's very simple, but I honestly just haven't looked into it. I have no idea how it works to actually host one, so I think it would be fun and a good goal for me to try to do that, either, you know, a few one-offs or maybe even on a regular basis. And I think that's really about it. Do you create bookish goals each year? Feel free to leave any goals that you're hoping to get to this year in the comments, if you're comfortable, of course. And if you're not feeling super chatty, but you just want to let me know that you were here, feel free to leave me the checkbox emoji for manifesting, completing all of our goals this year, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!